My wife's sister has been inappropriately touching me for years, and my wife always brushed it off with a laugh. Last weekend, though, she crossed a line again, this time while her partner was inside our home. My wife and I began dating at 15. We didn't attend the same school but met through mutual friends. Our relationship was rocky for the first couple of years, breaking up and getting back together until I left school, and we grew more committed. My family owns a sizable rental property business, and back then my siblings and I would clean and prepare properties between tenants. Sometimes we'd hang out in those empty houses, watching movies or just chilling. Anything goes. Occasionally, we'd all be sprawled out on a couch, tangled up together, watching a film. My wife's sister would suddenly grab or squeeze my private area. I mentioned it to my wife, and we both chuckled about it. She'd say her sister was just envious. It wasn't a nightly occurrence, but it happened often enough to notice. Over time, the grabbing turned into stroking, always over my clothes, but still uncomfortable. I told my wife again, and she gave the same dismissive response. I wasn't too bothered, and it became a running joke among the three of us. Even years later, when her sister had a boyfriend, she'd still do it. My wife would make sly comments about it, even in front of her sister's partner. It stopped about 6 or 7 years ago when her sister entered a serious relationship, and now both sides have kids. I hadn't thought about it in ages until it resurfaced last weekend. Her sister and her partner came over for drinks and board games. The evening was going well, and I mentioned I was taking the dog out to the backyard. We recently had our garden redone, and her sister chimed in, saying she hadn't seen it yet and wanted to check it out. While showing her the garden, I proudly pointed out the new bin storage I built. When we got to a secluded spot behind the house, I turned around and she suddenly grabbed me, slipping her hand inside my pants, skin to skin, and started stroking me. She whispered that she wanted to do more. I quickly pulled her hand away, laughed it off nervously, and suggested she'd had too much to drink. We went back inside, and I busied myself cleaning the kitchen until everyone went to bed. The next morning, sitting with my wife, her sister, and her sister's partner, I felt incredibly uneasy, but no one seemed to suspect anything. I haven't brought it up with my wife yet. Since the last time we discussed this, she's had a baby and struggled with self-esteem, despite still being stunning. She's shown signs of insecurity about me and other women, though she has no reason to worry. I'm concerned she won't find this amusing anymore and might think I'm encouraging or inviting these advances, or worse, that I'm somehow at fault. I need advice on how to approach this with both my wife and her sister. Update 1. Thank you to everyone who commented or messaged with advice. It really helped calm my fears about this being turned against me. To those asking why this bothers me or laughing it off, you're part of the issue. My biggest concern was that this could be twisted to make me look like the instigator. Someone suggested getting proof, so I checked our home security footage. It doesn't clearly show the incident, but you can see some sort of interaction, and me standing frozen in place. Watching it stirred up unexpected emotions. Last night, I asked my wife why she let her sister touch me back then. She was caught off guard and admitted she didn't know why she allowed it. She said she's felt guilty in recent years but thought it was over since it stopped, and I hadn't brought it up. She apologized sincerely, explaining that her sister had a crush on me back then, which led to fantasies about sharing me. My wife admitted she played along because she was into that idea herself, and we've explored similar things in our relationship, but never with her sister. When I told her about last weekend, she was stunned, furious, and hurt. She kept checking if I was okay and apologized for not handling it properly before. She asked how many times this happened over the past decade, and I can't tell you the full story in short. To watch the full story, click the related link below.